first down for this offense. They go to the ground. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Listen, I know there are a lot of DBs out there that all they want to do is get interceptions and dance in the end zone. This dude likes to put his face in the fan, get close to the line of scrimmage, and tackle. And on the opening drive that he's out there, he gets a huge tackle for loss early. That is a statement play. Just didn't seem like the quarterback and his intended target were on the same page there.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down.
Perfect play call against the perfect defense. They came with a blitz, and the offense had this screen pass called at the right time.
And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Buckeyes! Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 7-0. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. It was closed out by the short yardage touchdown. They're just about ready to kick it away. He'll bring it out. It's McDowell. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field to score some points.
Dang, Homer, I wish I would have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, we should have ran a better route.
That is not good news for this offense, guys. I mean, the defense only brought 3 on that play, and they were still able to get after the quarterback. This O-line has got to play better.
Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves them with a 3rd and 6. Looking to pass, it's Sellers. He lobs one high down the left side. And the ball is picked off. Taking it the other way. He's at the 40. And he'll be marked down, but what a play to come up with that interception.
That's number 2. That's a good year for a lot of people. What a day. Having 2 interceptions already. I might try my hand on the other guy. This guy is not somebody I want to mess with.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Takes the handoff. It's Judkins. And he'll pick up the first down, but he got drilled on that tackle.
Man, who says you can't run up the middle anymore, right? Everybody thinks I got to make big plays. I got to go way out to the left, way out to the right, way out in space. Nope, right down the middle. Nice blocking. How about the running back? You could tell the speed, the wheels, does a great job getting down the field, making a huge rushing play.
They're getting this guy lathered up. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. 3rd down. Wide out in motion. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. They're setting up the screen.
South Carolina, 0.
The Buckeyes will try to move the chains on 4th down. Try to get it on the ground. So close to that end zone. He can almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense. The Buckeyes are in the hurry-up. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Tripped up for the tackle.
Well, I love the aggressive nature of the defense on that play. Everybody playing with eye discipline. They saw the pre-snap motion. They knew who had the football. And you saw guys play with excellent instinct, running downhill and making a tackle.
The run up the middle, trying to find his way to the goal line. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Ohio State. They'll try to add another to their lead.
This running back was not going to be denied. Nice blocking up front to create a hole for this running back, and he was able to take advantage.
And they did tack on the extra point, by the way, knocked it right down the middle. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. The returner's going to try to see what he can get. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
They're trying, and here's a fumble way behind the line. Defense just cradling that fumble and securing it. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball. Welcome to Columbus, Ohio, and the venerable Horseshoe, home of the Ohio State Buckeyes, a place that's home to such legendary names as Archie, Woody, Zeke, and Stroud. We have a ranked versus unranked battle coming up here, and you know how chaos can ensue if they start smelling an upset. As we see a squad from the Big 12, the Arizona State Sun Devils, taking on the fourth-ranked team in the land, the Ohio State Buckeyes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. And the Buckeyes will kick it away first. And it'll come out to the 20. Attempt at a return. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Going up top on first down. Looking to scramble. Taking a shot on the first play. And it's incomplete. They were looking for the huge gain on first down.
Well, I love the effort by the quarterback here. He extends the play. Nothing open right away. There's a little bit of pressure. He gets to the outside, tries to take a shot down the field, just not on the same page with his intended target.
After the incompletion, they go back up top. This time it's complete. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throw and catch. Good job by the receiver there, not to run into coverage, but to find a spot that the quarterback can throw him the ball.
Yeah, on those types of routes, Reese, they say if you're looking, you're booking. So if that's man coverage, the receiver's staring at the quarterback all the way across the field. That time, the receiver didn't give the quarterback his...
Throws toward the end zone. And that pass intercepted. Bringing it back. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
Well, the defense came into this game, guys, knowing that they were going to be tested with the offense throwing it vertically down the field. And you saw it right there on the opening drive. They were ready for it. Great job locating the ball and getting the INT.
Stopped at the 43 after the 15-yard pickup. Big chunk play to start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense. Wants to throw on first down. Safe completion on the screen. Not able to break the big one on that screen to the running back, but he found enough and a solid pickup on first down.
There's a lot of different ways this offense can attack you throwing the ball. One of them is getting the running back going, and the screen is a great way to get him lathered up and get the defense starting to think about him a little bit more now.
And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down. The Buckeyes headed quickly to the line. On third and short, trying to impose their will and move the chains. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Running for it on fourth down. Wrestled to the ground after picking up the first down.
And I've never met an offensive player who said, no, we don't want to go for our 4th and 1. 4th and 1 is a great situation for the offense. You got to get 1 yard. You practice it all the time. You got to be physical. Go out and get it. They did a good job going out and getting that 1 yard.
And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
When running backs square their shoulders up, it's when they have the most power. You see him square his shoulders up, great tackles, he's strong, continue to plow his way forward, just making it really easy on everybody in this offense by breaking tackles. And that was a nice second down run and setting up 3rd and inches. And now it's physical time, right? Like, they know you might run the football. You know you probably want to run the football. How can you be more physical? Sometimes bring some extra bodies, some extra tight ends in. Go to that play that you know is your short yardage play.
This is the type of play that decides games. Are you tough enough to convert 3rd and short from the 30? They'll try to run for it. What a nifty run there to pick up the first down. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Might as well give it to him again. And with that stop, we are headed toward the end of the first quarter. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. Quarterback sneaks it ahead. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. Third down, they can't pick up the first without scoring. He'll keep it on the sneak. You know, it's not just about pushing forward. You've got to find that little crevice that'll let you get to the first down mark.
Yeah, where's the old bush push play? USC Notre Dame. It's famous now. You need a guy behind you helping you get that first down. We need more teamwork here between this QB and running back.
The Buckeyes looking to convert on fourth down. We'll take a quick break as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the first half. And the Buckeyes looking to convert on fourth down.
Get set. Alert.
They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down.
I'm not a huge analytics guy, but on 4th and 1, if you're going to get pushed like that from your O-line, I say go for it every time.
He'll wedge it in there on the quarterback sneak. Wedges, pushes, and he's over and in for the touchdown. You know what? Methuselah lived 969 years. He was born and died in the amount of time it took them to walk it down the field and score that touchdown.
That's just so frustrating. Play after play after play. You line up, you try to do your assignment, and you fail, and they cap it off with a touchdown? Oh, Methuselah.
The kickoff team out there to boot it away and 15 yards farther up the field after the roughing the kicker penalty. So much for the touchback. Here he comes. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. They're backed up. 1st and 10 from inside their own 5. Let's see if they can create some space. From his end zone, he'll go up top. Throws to the wideout. It's caught downfield. Running toward the tape. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. You just got to get him to the ground quickly.
Just feeding his pads to the defense as he gets it to the 36. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. He's looking to throw, using his legs to buy some time. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
And you get more and more hits on the QB like this right there, more and more making him scramble out of the pocket to the right. That's winning. He's going to start to see ghosts. He'll start to panic. He'll start to speed up that process. So nice job by the defense making that quarterback feel very, very uncomfortable. And they just kind of sneaked that one in there as a defensive guy, 3rd and 5 plus. I'm thinking pass. They were thinking pass, Palmer, and they slipped the run in.
And it's so nice then to have this guy at running back too, right? Because you could throw it to him on 3rd down or hand it off. And he's got the vision and the athleticism to go pick up that first, keep the drive going.
And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. 2nd down coming. Now on 2nd down. They'll throw again after the incompletion. He'll take a shot. And that's going to be incomplete, going for broke on 2nd down, but 3rd down's coming up. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Just a short pass to the tight end. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. They allowed the completion, but this defense was swarming to keep them away from that first down line.
Yeah, and you allow completions in those third down situations underneath the sticks, and you come up and rally, and everybody flies to the football. That's great execution by this defense.
Finds his man enough for the first. And they finally get him to the ground. An easy conversion for this offense. Defense, not exactly the perfect fourth down call there. They were easily within field goal range there, but they don't feel like you can win this game 3 points at a time.
Nah, pass. I mean, you got to be aggressive. You got to get touchdowns, man. You've seen the emphasis. Defenses are willing to give up yards now to make you kick field goals. I like this offense being aggressive. Forget the threes. We need sixes.
Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
Yeah, what a great job by the defense. You got to understand, it's physical time, right? They want to run the football when they start getting inside the 5. Nice job getting penetration, getting the tackle for the loss.
He wants to throw here on second down. He snares it in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona State.
Yeah, and the passing game comes through, man, and we need more of that in the second half. An extra point away from tying this football game. You trailed a little bit in the first half, stayed calm. If this passing game can continue to heat up, look out in the second half.
And he made the extra point without problem. So they got the touchdown, and as they kick off, really important for the defense to shut them down here. Fair catch called for and made. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. And he intercepts it. Never had a chance to get rolling after the pick, but he gives them the ball in prime field position at the 40.
If you don't have good vision, you're not going to be a middle-of-the-field safety. You got a lot of ground to cover from hash to hash. You better be able to see the quarterback. You better be able to see routes and break on the football. Nice.
And it's intercepted. A turnover for the defense. He couldn't quite get loose on that return. He'd already made the play, and they've got it at the 35.
QB's got to pick and choose their spots when they want to be really aggressive and try to fit balls in tight windows. Great job by the DB making a big play, getting the ball back to its offense.
Looking downfield, it's Howard. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. He's got it down the left. And the Sun Devils will kick it off to start the second half. He'll call for the fair catch here. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
Just a bit of a misfire there as they can't make the connection.
And on that incompletion, I think the quarterback was being just a bit too careful, trying to throw that ball too far outside, obviously aware that the defenders are coming from the inside. You don't want to put it behind the intended target and risk the pick six, but he needs to be more accurate.
Third down conversion's always a huge stat, and they've got a 3rd and long from the 27. Looking to throw. Using the quick game.
I think that's an example there on the out route. Receiver just has to know where the first down marker is. You got to stretch the depth of your route a little bit longer to make sure that once you catch it and you go out of bounds, you've already picked up the first. He wasn't able to do that, and now it sets up 4th and short.
Catch in the middle. It's Tate. He threw that one with some serious heat. This senior quarterback doesn't need a lot of space to get it in there. The Buckeyes with the 1st and 10. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. Continuing to turn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. Here's the handoff. And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chains.
Well, the defense is on their heels right now. They're going to have to find a way to stop this guy. When he's got a head of steam, boy, he is hard to bring down.
The Buckeyes look to keep this drive humming. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. Leaves it with the running back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And how about the timing of the linebacker on the blitz to get in the backfield and get the tackle for loss?
Is there anything better for a linebacker than to run on a blitz and nobody's home except the back?
Such a great feeling when the Moses parts the Red Sea and the hole opens up and you go fill it.
And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain. They've changed ends of the field, now facing 3rd down as they go back to work. Wants to throw. It's Howard. Got it set up on the outside. And he's going to be just short of the 1st down. It's going to bring up a decision for this coach.
And that's why, as a defense, you want to set up 3rd and long situations. You just want to be able to keep the football in front of you. It's okay for that quarterback to hit the running back on that pass. Now you have all those bodies flying to the football, and they're able to make a tackle.
Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. On 4th down, they'll throw for it. He'll pull it down. And he'll slide after picking up the 1st down.
You know, I think in this situation of the game, too, if I'm this guy, I'm thinking the same thing, right? I'm throwing and getting yards, and if it's not there, I'm going to take this game over myself with my legs. We're in the 4th quarter. We've got an opportunity, 1 possession down, to get back in this thing. I just got to do whatever I got to do to make that happen.
They've got it 1st and 10 from the 25. Defense trying to keep this offense from getting a line on who to block. He leaves it with his back.
It's all tied up. This offensive line, they want the pressure. They want everything to go through them here. They're saying, look, let's just run the ball. Let's get this thing down closer and closer to the goal line. Let's bleed some clock and put ourselves into position to win.
On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. Caught behind the line. It's Henderson. Headed to the end zone.
And that's why, if you're the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
And as time is dwindling away in this one, the offense is set up. 1st and goal, a great opportunity to get the go-ahead score. Timeout on the field, and we've got a dandy all tied up late in the 4th. Guys, this is the kind of finish we hope for. Tie game. Offense with a chance to grab the lead in the waning moments. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Quarterback sneaking his way, tunneling and burrowing into the line. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And inside a minute to go, and they've got the lead.
And how about this offense, man? They knew they needed to execute. execute. Great play calling, great drive, put it together. Now you got a chance to go up by 7 late in this ball game and then let your defense go on the field and seal it for you.
He gets it into the end zone, and the two-point conversion extends this lead to 8. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. There's plenty of time to work with here, but they have to be highly efficient in their attack, Jesse.
So it comes down to the quarterback position too, Reese. Don't let the moment get too big. Play within yourself, David, because this guy's practiced this situation before.
No doubt. Use the sidelines. They're your friend. I don't have to take deep shots, throw beyond the first down marker so I can stop that clock for a little bit and possibly use my timeouts.
Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
Well, the defense came into this game with a great game plan, and today they have been challenged, and they have answered that challenge. That was phenomenal coverage, reading the QB's eyes, breaking on the ball. You cannot do it any better than that.
Throwing right. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His third interception of the day. Welcome, everybody, and we are fired up for another sensational college football matchup. Nobody at home today who can stake their claim in this neutral site showdown. Weeks of additional practice and prep for bowl games not only can set the tone for what we're going to see in this game, but for what might be in store next season as well. As we'll see the #1 team in the country, the Oregon Ducks, taking on the 4th-ranked team in the land, the Ohio State Buckeyes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. Kickoff team out there ready to tee it up and get this bowl game underway. Coming out with it, it's Whittington. Nothing wrong with the touchback, and they wish they had one right now, but he stopped at the 9-yard line. Offense set on 1st down. Back to pass, it's Gabriel. Quarterback extends the play. On target. And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain. David, given the fact that you are a devoted helmet head, I'm not sure that you're aware there are a lot of other festivities around the bowl game. Did you ever experience any of that?
Of course I'm a helmet head. Yeah, spot on. Agree with that. But here's the thing. We did a meat-eating...
Going for it all. Brings it down on the right side. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped. Keep spinning the bean like that, and you start to believe this kid might have the talent to someday be the 3rd 10,000-yard passer in Oregon history.
No doubt. And you know what Ducks fans love?
And the quarterback is snowed under.
That's a great individual effort by him right there. When I think about Ohio State football, too, especially on defense, right, it's the legacy of the Silver Bowl. It's guys flying around, giving great effort, and getting to the football. But it all has to start up front on the D-line. You've got to be dominant at that position. And right there, you just saw that, the ability to win one-on-one and make a play.
Just missed his man, gave him just a little too much.
Well, this is huge for this defense because they're playing against a Heisman-caliber quarterback, a guy that can hurt them in a variety of ways. They better be able to get pressure on him throughout the course of this game. They did right there.
Some 3rd down conversions tougher than others. This one, a long one on 3rd down from the 43. Trying to beat the D deep. That was almost picked off, and what a disaster that would have been to throw a pick on the opening drive. Instead, it's 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Going back to the well, another deep ball. And he makes the catch inside the 25.
You just can't allow that to happen defensively. It's 4th in California. You're in a big zone defense. Everyone's got their eyes on the quarterback. You can't let them pick that up. Somebody's got to make a play on the football, swat it away, get the interception, get off the field. What are we doing?
Can find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Give to the back. Brought down after a pickup of 2 to the 19.
Well, man, there's some big hitting going on in the trenches right now. This defense, they take a lot of pride in stopping the run. Let's keep our eye on them throughout the course of the game and see if they can contain this running attack.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Caught near the sideline, it's Stewart.
All right, the offense wanted a 1st down there, but they got the completion, and now it sets up a 4th down situation where it's manageable. I can accomplish it, and yes, I'm going for it.
On fourth down, trying to find his man. Makes a catch past the sticks. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be first and goal from there. That may seem like a really aggressive call, but David, you settle for 3 there. It's like handing a win to the defense.
Yeah, and I like aggressive. Aggressive is good for offenses, and we've seen it time and time again. You get beat when you kick field goals. That's something that you look back, it's a big stat. So I like the aggressiveness to go for it, especially when you get it, like easy decision, right? First down.
They're trying to run the ball on first down, guys, but just nothing doing up front. Their offensive line got blown up on that play. There was nowhere for that guy to go.
Buys a little time. And this one's not working. He'll just throw it away. It's still 3rd and goal. To throw, it's Gabriel. They're bringing heat. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10. Now on fourth down, they'll send out the field goal unit. He splits the uprights and puts 3 on the board. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0. Just about set to kick it away. Fielded in the end zone. It's Ballard. Tackled at the 24 and almost breaks even with the yardage he would have gotten with a touchback. On first down, here comes this offense. Runs through a tackle. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman. And the Buckeyes racing to the line in the hurry-up. Looking for a gap. It's Henderson. Not a lot of room, but found his way ahead for 2 out to the 26. They're going to keep this drive going. They'll have to make a play on 3rd and long from the 26. He'll set up to throw. Get it out on the screen. They play that screen nicely. He tried to find his way to the marker, but it'll be 4th down. Oh, a big decision here early as they leave the offense on the field in their own territory. They want to keep this opening drive alive. He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a 1st down. In their own territory, but completely undaunted as they go for it and make it on 4th down.
And it's crazy. I don't even think you have a second thought anymore. Even in your own side of the field, like, what, I'm going to have bad field position? Nah, I don't really care. We're going to go for it. We're going to play the numbers. We're going to be aggressive.
From the shotgun, they'll run it. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9.
And offenses want to continue to feature the run. They want balance. Even if it's not super successful, you can take it a little bit at a time just to keep that defense honest.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking for a man. It's Howard. It's complete to the right. Defense caught out of position, and they get him down finally at the 38.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
The Buckeyes will have it 1st and 10. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
Listen, a lot of time, tips and deflections are because you got great eyes and vision on the quarterback. You see him release the football, you break on it, you tip that thing, and make sure the receiver can't get it.
Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. They'll go back to the air on 2nd down. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48.
Awesome job by the defense. Not only getting a fast quarterback on the ground, but understanding what he wants to do. He can take off. I got to make sure I got good pursuit angles, and I got to make sure I build rails. I can't let him outside. I got to keep him in the pocket. He tries to get outside. They get the sack and get the huge loss on that play.
Unloads to the wideout. Complete downfield. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop.
Well, it's a nice job tackling that defense. I know one guy missed, but you saw the effort. Other guys coming and flying to the football. They knew how big that third down was. They had to get the stop to give themselves a chance to now get off the field.
And they'll send out the kicker to try a field goal. And very important, not only to generate power, but to find his mark, a 49-yard try from the left. Timeout by the defense as they're trying to ice this kicker. They're happy enough to try to take the points as the field goal unit heads out. And very important, not only to generate power, but to find his mark, a 49-yard try from the left. Never a doubt for this big-footed guy. 49-yard field goal is good. So they get the field goal, now about to kick it away, and you got to stop here, and you go to halftime feeling really good about things. He'll bring it out. It's Whittington. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. Generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
They really got things moving on this drive. Second play of the drive comes from the 37. Scrambling away. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
A really good job by the defense. They got to understand that boy can fly. So when he gets outside the pocket, I got to make sure I'm ready to go get him. You could tell he was still being a passer. He wanted to throw the football. Nice job closing under control, getting a hit on the quarterback, and affecting the throw.
Moving out of the pocket. Yep. And the quarterback will be forced out of bounds short of the line of scrimmage. I think they'll give him a sack.
Okay, so the QB scramble, went out of bounds. It counts as a sack because it's a loss on the play. You know what I did as a defensive lineman, guys? I chased him and tried to be the first one and the closest one near him. Because guess who gets the sack? Yep, that guy.
Looking to the big tight end. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up. And the Ducks will send out the punt unit. Let's see what he can do with it. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Looking to go up top on first down. Oh, he's ready to take a shot. Pass falls incomplete, and there are still 3 seconds left.
Well, that just shows you how much this quarterback trusts his baller wide receiver. He was double covered on that play, and still the QB tried to force it over to him.
To the air, it's Howard. He's not afraid to go deep. Pass is incomplete, and half comes to a close on that play. The Ducks will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. We are locked up to start the second half, and guys, you know what? In a bowl, sometimes that intensity really builds in a tight game like this.
I think that's why we were really anticipating this game so much. Two very evenly matched teams with a lot of playmakers. We knew this thing could go either way. So for this offense right here, this drive to start off the second half, David, they need to put something together and really put pressure on the opponent.
And the thing I like about bowl games, man, is they're exciting. You go for it more on fourth down, less to lose, not as uptight. So I look for this second half to be fun, to be wild, to be loose.
He got a bunch and looked close to getting a lot more, but he's got the first down.
That has got to be demoralizing if you're on defense because they just ran the ball right up the middle, down your throats, and they gashed you.
The offense getting set for a first down from the 45. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get them out of a spot.
From the gun, running back on the move. And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing?
Great job at contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened here.
They've got the screen set up. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. Plays like that put just a second of hesitation in the defense to make sure, and they're able to take advantage here.
And they use the great timing with this call, right? Like, you can't call this play all the time, but you want to catch them when they're a little bit aggressive, not thinking about it. Nice job slipping the screen behind them, making the easy catch, and then getting downfield, picking up some extra yards.
This offensive line better figure out a plan for this D tackle. He is tough to block with one guy. You might want to start double teaming him. He's going to be a problem moving forward. You saw all of his ability on that last one.
Second down here as they go back to work after the break. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. Dropping back, it's Howard. Fires to the wideout. It's complete.
But when you're throwing these comeback routes, man, the timing has got to be so good between the two of them because you know the ball is going to be in the air a long time. You can't throw it late. It's going to get picked. That time, really nice job getting it out early, and the receiver doing a nice job on his route so that the ball was right on him as soon as he turned around.
The Buckeyes will snap it on 1st and 10. He leaves it with the back. And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage.
You know, you better form tackle better on defense. You had a chance to make a big play, miss the running back, and as a result, he's getting positive yards. Defense has to do a better job of finishing.
The clock stops. 2 minutes left to play in this one. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. The give to the tailback. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. 1st and goal from the 8.
I love when players understand situations and they understand where the first down marker is and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that first down to make sure I get an extra set of downs instead of trying to make those big touchdown runs.
What a finish we have unfolding here. The offense in the waning moments and a chance to take the lead. They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. And maybe they want to try somewhere else because there is nothing doing in the middle of this defense.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
He'll run it to the middle, looking for the end zone. And they try to run inside, and there is nowhere to go. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. This offense has been unable to find the end zone all day. Can they do it on 3rd and goal? Wide receiver coming across in motion. Quick pass on the jet motion. And he's dragged down. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. So here we are on 4th down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. Just drives it between the uprights. And after taking the lead, guys, we still have a big finish coming. So they're lining up to kick it off after that last drive. Put a 3-spot on the board, and now the defense will try to shut them down. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. And in a low-scoring game like this one, David, every possession is magnified.
And I think more than anything, it just gets frustrating. And you got to put that behind you. You got to see what this defense has been doing to be so successful. Caller, now use it against them.
Yeah, David, I think for a play caller, this is tough, right? It's like you have to have the perfect play on just to get a 1st down. In these types of games, I think you're just trying to get guys out in space, see if a dude can break a tackle. Maybe that generates an explosive play, and it breaks this trend.
Looking to move it through the air. The throw to the outside is complete. Great job in this 2-minute drill as he gets out of bounds, keeping the clock on their side as they're trying to pull it out. Precision execution there to work the sidelines, pick up the 1st down, and stop the clock.
Yeah, great job by the offense. You've got to understand the situation. The clock is the enemy late in the ballgame. Got to have a score. Like you said, Reese, work the outer part of the field so I can catch the football and get out of bounds.
Trying to find his man on 1st down. Quarterback now breaking the field. Makes the catch. It's James. Slips a tackle, and he's got room. And after the pickup, gets to the sidelines to stop the clock and keep this drive going as they try to save themselves late. Now on the move at the 28-yard line on 1st down. Looking to throw it again. Moves away as he feels pressure. Quarterback gets the 1st down and more. He rolls all the way down to the 5-yard line before they finally get him stopped. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. They'll run it on 1st and goal. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Looking for just 1 more yard. It's 2nd and goal. Some early movement along the offensive line, and they'll walk it back. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Scanning the field, it's Gabriel. Using his feet to buy time. And he will wisely throw it to the kid playing the tuba.
Well, it's the 4th quarter, and you got to be so careful as a quarterback when you're throwing it over the middle of the field right now because these windows are really small. He's very lucky that last one was not picked off.
If they can get it in here, we could have a thrilling end to this game. It is 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the end zone. And he can't find his man as he was trying to pay off this red zone opportunity.
They took a shot into the end zone, trying to come away with a touchdown. Nice play by the defense. You're expecting them here to kick a field goal. I know there's time left in the game, but just tie this thing up and let your defense go to work.
It is perfect. Under 60 seconds to go, and we are all tied up. And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. This one is about finding the balance between being aggressive and not being reckless, Jesse.
The only way this thing works, though, if they're going to be aggressive, this offensive line has got to be able to hold up here for this QB.
Yeah, because you need to take shots beyond the sticks so the clock will stop and you can save every second you have.
And it looks as if they've buzzed down replay. Peek at that last play. After taking another look just to confirm everything, the officials on the field got it right. The play will stand. Quarterback and running back set up in the pistol. Looking downfield, it's Howard. Receiver looks it in, it's complete. He steps out of bounds, but he's got a first down on the play. A new set of downs after the completion. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Fast motion from the offense. He's going to pass. That's caught. It's Henderson. The offense uses a timeout. 15 seconds left to play. Well, he made the grab, but the doors closed quickly after that.
And I like this. I want to find my running back, but man, he's got to do a little more damage after the catch. I need a stiff arm. I need a spin move. I need something where he can make that guy miss and pick up a bunch of yards and maybe get a big play out of it.
He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. The timeout stops the clock with 10 seconds to play. 3rd and short now from their own 48. Looking to throw for it. Lofts one deep down the right side. And he makes the catch inside the 25. And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets them 30 plus. And the Buckeyes getting set on 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. got it in the middle. It's Ibuka. They get him down after he makes the catch. The Buckeyes want to move quickly. Dialing up a second down pass play. Zings it complete to the right. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down. New set of downs after that completion. From the gun, the running back has it. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. Buys a little extra time. Touchdown, Ohio State. They jump on top here in OT. What a run for this playmaker to just elude the defense and get in for the score.
And I tell you what, defensively, you can't let this guy get on the edges. You cannot give up contain in your defensive ends. You got to stay outside. You got to make sure you know this guy's going to scramble and try to make plays, and you got to make sure you keep him in the pocket.
They went for the 2 and got it, and now an 8-point lead in overtime. They know what's in front of them. They have to answer that score with a touchdown. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. Nice run there to keep things moving before they force him out of bounds. The Ducks look to do some damage in the red zone. Dropping back, it's Gabriel. They're working that left side. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, and they've got it first and goal. Offense will use a timeout here to make sure everyone is on the same page here in overtime. First and goal as they try to answer with a touchdown of their own. From the gun. Makes the catch. Touchdown, Ducks! Got it in, now they'll have to do it again with the 2-point conversion to tie. They score for the big fella here. Why are tight ends so effective in the red zone?
Well, these aren't the guys that are going to burn by you and go for 70 most of the time, but when you can use their big-bodied frames, threaten them to run the football and be a blocker in the running game, and now you slip them in the secondary, make that big play.
Takes a snap, wants to throw. He makes the grab for the 2 and ties the game.
You talk about executing great in a big-time moment. That's a have-to-have play. I got to have this play to continue this football game. Coming up clutch, great execution by the offense, and Palmer, we got more free football, baby.
At this point, it's going to come down to which defense can get a stop. Which defense can hunker down, even though they're exhausted, and make a play to win this game.
Going to try to pop one on the screen. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
Hey, man, sometimes you get the perfect play call at the perfect time. That time, the defense blitzing, offensive line allowed everybody to run upfield, and they slip in the running back screen, and behind it, there was nobody there to make a tackle.
Touchdown, Oregon! Got it in to take the lead here in the second OT.
Love the thought process by the quarterback here on this play. Nobody open in the end zone. Find your check down. Find the running back. He does that, and once this guy's got the ball in his hands, he shows you that elusiveness and his ability to sniff out the end zone.
Back to throw, it's Gabriel. They got it. Executed beautifully, and the lead is 8 in double overtime. Now on first down, they need to answer with a touchdown. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
What a hit by the defender. That's a good throw, and that was going to be caught, but how about the defender dislodging the football from its intended target? Nice job.
Release to the back. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
This is going to be a key that we look at this entire game. How can this defense find ways to affect this quarterback and get pressure on him? Because they felt coming into the game, if they could do that, they could affect him and influence this passing game.
Throws to the wideout. Complete to the left. Huge gain before he goes out of bounds, and now they've got it first and goal.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the first down.
And they try the middle of this stout defense, and they rise to the challenge. Boy, there wasn't much room to wiggle for that running back there.
None at all. Great job by the defense getting in the backfield quickly, closing up all the holes, nowhere to run.
They're going to give him another chance on second and goal. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Man, and that's a frustrating play when you go in reverse near the goal line, goal-to-go situations, Palmer. You got to get those positive yards. You can't go backwards if you're trying to get a touchdown.
You know, I'm trusting in my quarterback here to make the right decision. Looks like we're going to have to throw it, right? But if it's not open, just throw this thing away. You don't want to take a sack, lose extra yardage here. Just be smart with the football.
They won't let him in. He had a nose for that end zone, but he will be stopped short. Looking to throw, it's Howard. Touchdown, Buckeyes! With that, now a two-point conversion away from triple overtime.
I think the quarterback showed his head coach a lot on that last touchdown pass, the poise and the confidence. And because of that, David, on this upcoming two-point play, you might just put it back into his hands and let him go win.
Yeah, man, I need it again, right? Like these rules, I got to go for two. This is a clutch moment. Obviously, got to come up big. Do you trust him again? You worked on these two-point plays all year long, all week long. That's what you do.